Oh, my camera was jumping around a lot then. Hi, I'm Trish. I think I'm on day 5 of COVID. Let's go with day 5. That works. It's close enough anyway. And I am feeling so much better today. I just feel normal virusy today. And that might seem like a weird thing to say, but COVID doesn't feel like a normal virus. And I can't even tell you why. I can't really tell you what the difference is. And my son said the same thing when he had it last week. He said to me, this virus is not like a normal virus. It feels different. But he couldn't figure out how either. But it does feel different. But today, I just feel normal virusy. I got, like yesterday, my nose got really, really blocked up. Or like last night, like, you know, when you can't breathe through your nose at all. So I've been still having, I think it's eucalyptus and menthol soothers. Didn't really help much. I think once you get to the stage where it's completely blocked up, it doesn't really do anything. So I hit I hit Dr. Google to say, how can I unblock my nose? Because it was just driving me insane. And here's something, it works a little bit. You get a little bit of relief. If you pinch your nose, right, and tip your head back, and hold your breath for as long as you can, and then you let it all go, it opens up your sinuses a little bit for a little while and just gives enough. So I did that, and then I did something that I don't normally do because I don't like doing it, and this is going to make no sense at all, but I don't like doing it because, the camera's a bit off, it makes me feel panicky to do it. I got a bowl of hot water, like boiling hot water, and put in some, I think it's just eucalyptus oil that I've got, eucalyptus and something else, but you know, like one of those inhalation vapor things. You could even just do it with a bit of Vicks or even just plain hot water. I did that and put, you know, the towel over my head and like put my head over it for as long as I could tolerate, which honestly was probably only about 2 minutes. And that really, oh my God, that helped so much. I could actually feel my nose opening up, and I could feel and hear crackling all through here. So that helped me to sleep a little bit better. It didn't completely unblock my nose, but it helped quite a lot. And I can actually breathe through my nose today. And it was hard because I've been checking my temperature, and you put the thermometer in your mouth and you got to like have that seal around it, otherwise you don't get the correct temperature. And so I was like trying to hold my breath while I was doing it, and it just wasn't working. So other than that, I don't have muscle aches anymore. I don't have fever. I slept pretty well last night. Today I put a bit of makeup on. I'm not going anywhere, but it was just for the video for you guys. And when I say makeup, I mean a little slick of mascara and just a little light dusting of translucent powder. So that's not enough to, can you see the dark circles under my eyes? Can you see? Look at that. I nearly died when I saw that this morning. I don't know if they've been there in the last few days, but I certainly noticed them this morning. But I'm feeling a lot better than what I look. And I've got Carmex on as well. That's my favourite lip balm now. I used chapstick, like actual chapstick for like over 10 years. 10 years? Over 20 years. And it just wasn't working as well anymore. So I only use it now if I'm going to be kissing boys because it tastes nice. I get the strawberry one and they always mention, oh, you taste like strawberry. Oh, you taste delicious. So now I use this one. I think it's got a bit of menthol or something in it. Moisturizing Lip Balm. Of course, now that I'm looking at it to try to tell you what it's got in it, it doesn't say. But it's got a bit of a, not burny, but it's got a bit of something, I don't know what it is, in there, and you can feel it on your lips, and it feels really nice, and it gives them a little bit of a plump up, actually. Not so that probably anyone else would notice, but I like it. And you might notice that I've got it, and it's like all around the outside of my mouth as well, because my nose has been so blocked up, and I've been mouth breathing when I've been sleeping, so I have been waking up with such a dry mouth, and like waking up through the night to have sips of water, and actually, when I woke up this morning and I went to swallow, there was not even like a single drop of saliva in my mouth to swallow. And as I swallowed, I felt my throat, it was so dry I thought it was going to like actually stick together. I thought I was going to choke, but I didn't. So I've realised, so my lips are really dry, so I've been just like slathering that on. That's about all to report, like, for like how I'm actually doing now. I had a visit from the Department of Health this morning when I was in the shower. So my son had to come down and say, Mum, the Department of Health's here, they want to see you. So I know the Department of Health do like random checks on people who are isolating to make sure they're okay. And because I have been in touch with the COVID Pathways program here where I live every day, although I don't think they'll call me anymore. They called me this morning because they were worried about my respiration rate. I don't know why. It was fine. It was fine. And they said if I was worried about it to contact them. I'm not worried about it. I don't breathe a lot. You know, I don't take a lot of breaths each minute, so I'm not worried about it. So I probably won't hear from them again now because I don't need to. They need to concentrate on the people who do actually need them, who will probably be my daughter today or tomorrow because she got it finally got a positive result. It's been a little bit weird for her because she's been testing. She's tested quite a few times on rat tests and kept on coming up negative, but she actually developed symptoms. So she went out to get a PCR test because you're allowed to go out to get tested. So, because the sooner you get, if you are positive, the sooner you get that positive test, the sooner you're allowed out of isolation, because you're not allowed out of isolation until a week after you get that positive result, even if you've had symptoms for days beforehand. So she went out to get a PCR because they're supposedly, you know, a lot more accurate. And she was told she would have the results in 24 hours. That was 2 days ago. She finally got her test result today and it was indeterminate. So they couldn't even tell if she had COVID or not. I don't know what that's about. So anyway, so we still had some rat tests here. So she did a rat test because it was, 2 days later. And she got a faint positive. So she's isolating 7 days from today. And she's had symptoms already for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, so the Department of Health came to visit me. I don't know if it was just because they were concerned because I was in the Pathways program or if it was just one of those random checks that they do to make sure people who are isolating are actually at home. Either way, I'm a rules girl. I do the right thing. Of course I was here. Of course I was in the shower when they came. But, I'd already finished in the shower and I was just, to be honest, just standing under the hot water because it's nice. So I went out and saw him in my dressing gown, like, with the screen door and a mask on and everything. And they were really, really lovely. Super lovely. So that's all that's changed. But there was a couple of things yesterday because I wasn't feeling as good yesterday as I am feeling today. I reckon by tomorrow or the next day, maybe other than still having a cough and a shitty nose, I reckon I'll be back to normal. Now, I mentioned something about the Ventolin yesterday, how I had 12 doses, which is 24 puffs of Ventolin in 1 day, and I think I did that 2 days running, and how I was saying that that's just too much Ventolin, way too much Ventolin. Even my GP said, if you're needing it more than 4 times a day, it's too much. Not because it's necessarily going to harm you, but if you're needing it that much, you need a preventer, so that you don't have to have it as much. And yesterday I had, how I was saying how that much Ventolin is just too much, and that was a lot of the reason that I wasn't sleeping because I was just too amped up on it. Even if I have just 2 puffs of Ventolin, it makes me so jittery. My son is asthmatic, and when he was much younger, until we got it properly under control, he'd get really bad. He got very bad asthma up until he was about 4 or 5, and he was hospitalised a few times. Now, when you take even a kid, like a toddler, and I don't know if they do it differently now, because that was like 25 years ago. When you take a kid back in those days into hospital with asthma that is bad enough to have them hospitalised, the first thing they do when you get them in there is they put them on a pump, which is like a nebulizer. So they have like the mask on, and they use like a liquid Ventolin, and they like inhale it through like steam. That's the easiest way to explain it. But they don't just give them 1 or 2 puffs. They give them the equivalent of 30 puffs of Ventolin, and they do that regularly, like every hour, I think it was. And he would be bouncing off the walls. I could not cope with 24 puffs of Ventolin over a 24-hour period. If someone gave me 30 puffs of Ventolin all in one hit, I think I would actually have a heart attack and actually die from it. So much respect for my son. Number one, not panicking when he gets asthma, and just all this medication that he's had his whole life. Oh, I forgot to mention, and then you might have seen the little video that I made. I made a short, and I'm not fancy enough with YouTube to really know the difference, except that it goes into a different playlist, and it had to be less than a minute, so I had to cut little bits out of it. I made a short. Maybe it's like a YouTube TikTok or some shit. I don't know. I'm not one of the cool kids. But anyway, my sense of smell and my sense of taste is diminished. It's not completely gone, but it is diminished. And I noticed that because the other day, every time I make something I'm a big smeller. My sense of smell is really, really keen. I just noticed my nose is really red because I've been blowing my nose so much. And I apologise if I'm sniffly in this video. I can't help it. I've got COVID. Okay, I can't help it. So every time I have a tomato, and I buy the vine tomatoes because they're so much nicer, but every time I have a tomato, I pick it up and I smell it, especially if they've still got the stem attached to them, because they smell so amazing. And I do the same thing with mandarins. When I pick up a mandarin to eat it, I pick it up and I roll it in my hands because it breaks up the skin and gets all the oils going. And then I smell it because I just love the smell of things, of nice things. You can imagine with the sense of smell I've got. I live with a park behind my house, and my lounge room is right next to the back fence. And when people take their dogs for a walk, if their dog poos behind my fence in that park, I smell it, even through closed doors and closed windows. That smell hits me like someone is throwing a brick of poo at my face. That's how keen I smell shit that's not even there. So I was making a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich yesterday, and I picked up the tomato and I went to smell it. Nothing at all. And I thought, shit, what's going on here? So then I had a mandarin in the same basket. I picked that up, couldn't smell it. I picked up a pear, that like a really, really, really ripe pear. So I should have been able to smell that just standing at the bench. Picked it up, nothing. I've got some really overripe bananas there. I picked them up. I can smell bananas, right? And so then I got my bacon. I live for bacon. Bacon is life. Bacon and cheese is life. Thankfully, I can still taste cheese. So I opened up the bacon, and I always smell the bacon because I get the big packets, and then I put them into a Ziploc baggie and eat them over a couple of weeks. But I always smell it to make sure it hasn't gone off before I cook it. So I opened up the bag, couldn't smell it. And bacon to me has such a incredibly strong smell. I couldn't smell it when I was cooking it. After I cooked it, I tasted it, and it just tastes salty to me. So bacon has been taken away from me. COVID has taken my bacon away from me. So, but I know that will come back, usually within about 6 to 12 months. I'm probably going to lose a lot of weight because it's not going to be worth eating bacon until it comes back. So I've partially lost my sense of taste, partially lost my sense of smell. My ears are blocked up. So, I'm probably not hearing as well as I should. I'm having to take Symbicort, which from memory, the last time I had to take it makes my eyesight go blurrier. I'm losing all my senses. I'm gonna be left with nothing. Just touch. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You know, I was saying they gave me this pulse oximeter, which was great. Now, I didn't get this until Monday, and by Monday, I was feeling a lot better. I was still out of breath, but I was not as out of breath. Now, what terrified me was when I got that pulse oximeter and I used it when I was just a little bit out of breath, not too bad. It was sitting on about 95, 96. Now, when I look back to how I felt on Sunday, I realised that I should have called an ambulance. I was that much more out of breath that I absolutely 100% should have called an ambulance. But, me being me, I was just like, yeah, she'll be right. At least I can still breathe. I'll be fine. I don't want to bother anyone. But yeah, I can tell you now, if I'd had that pulse oximeter on the Sunday, feeling how I was feeling, I would have had to call an ambulance for sure. Oh, here's something fun. For those of you who have been with me for a while and know that, so I'm getting overheated because I put a t-shirt on. I've only got a singlet on, but it's got bleach stains on the front of it, so I didn't want to be a bush pig, because I'm not. Yeah, so for those of you who've been with me for a while and know how many videos I've made predominantly about massive weight loss and one of the surgeries I had afterwards, which was a gigantic tummy tuck. And part of the tummy tuck was they essentially laced up my abs back together with stitches. And I won't stand up and show you because I haven't got a bra on. But and you can go and have a look at my old videos and you'll see. But from oh shit, from up in here to down very, very low, like right down to my pubic line, they cut me because I had a fleur-de-lis tummy tuck. And all of my abs down the middle, because you've got your two sets of abs on each side. Mine have been stitched together because with 2 pregnancies and massive weight gain, they had separated, so they stitched them back together. So I have what I call fabs. I mean everyone's got abs, but I've got fabs, which is like stitched together abs. And when I'm not as overweight as I am now, you can actually see I've got oblique abs. So and if you get the right light and I'm at a really low weight and I just I tense the right way, you can actually see that I've got abs. Certainly don't at the moment. So anyway, because my abs are essentially artificially stitched together, they're very, very tight, like very, very, very tight. So when I'm having coughing fits, I'm getting cramps. Almost every single time I have a really bad coughing fit, I'm getting lightheaded and I'm getting tummy cramps. And it's because my abs they're just so tight. But when I get them, I can feel each individual ab or whichever ab it is that has chosen to cramp up on me. And it feels like really big, like this sausage going across, and it is like rock hard, like rock hard. And I was going to say a decent layer of fat. I don't. I have a small layer of fat over my tummy at the moment, and I can feel it through that, and it hurts so much, and I have to like really stretch out and push my belly out to my belly muscles out to try to stretch it and massage it and push it. And so that's and because this is the first time that I've had like a coughing virus since I got my tummy tuck, which was like tummy tuck was 5 years ago, because I don't get sick. This is something new for me, and it's really quite unpleasant. So that's all I was going to say for that. I just wanted to do some ladylike dabbing because I'm sweating. I just wanted to say, in case anyone saw the inappropriate comments left on my video that I made yesterday, the update that I made for day 4 yesterday, I apologise to anyone who saw those if they made you feel uncomfortable. They don't make me feel uncomfortable. They just, I don't want them there. They're inappropriate. They don't belong there. And it was just a pervy guy to paraphrase, saying get your tits out. He made one comment. I reported him, and because I'd reported him, then the comment disappeared, so I couldn't then go and block him, and I couldn't find him again on YouTube. So then he waited a couple of hours and he made another comment essentially saying the same thing. And I won't have it. I won't have people coming to my channel and seeing that bullshit. Now, this time I went and I blocked him first. So unless he makes another account, hopefully it won't happen again. And I reported him again. So hopefully YouTube is taking care of him. So yeah, if anyone saw that before I got onto it, I apologise. I do have notifications turned on my YouTube, and I do check them regularly, just because of the nature of some of the videos I've made. If you've been with me for a while, you do know that I have shown every inch of my body on this channel, but it's for medical reasons, right? It's to show I have had a tummy tuck. This is how it looks. I have had a massive breast surgery. This is how it looks. I have lost a massive amount of weight. This is how my body looks. I have had my inverted nipple pierced. This is how it looks. So it's not for, I don't do it for any kind of pervy reason. If I were doing it because I was getting off on guys getting off on me, I wouldn't be doing it on a non-monetized YouTube channel. I would be doing it on, I'd get myself a fans only account and make money off it. So, but I do know that because of the nudity in some of my videos, that there are going to be perverts who, I don't know, can't find their way to fucking Pornhub. Although there must be like a subset of subhumans who get off on normal people doing normal things with their body. I don't know. And I shouldn't say subhuman because, you know, whatever gets people off, but don't fucking do it on my channel. It's not appropriate. Anyway, I might make a separate video about that, but I won't rave about it here. And that's it for now. I might go and make that other video now while I've got it in my head, or I might save it for tomorrow or whatever. And I've got another video that I need to make, and this will probably be my last video, my last like COVID update video, because I'm not going to have much else to say, am I? Because I'm feeling better. You know, I might make a video saying I am healed. But that's it for now. And sorry this is such a long one. That's it.